Hello, how are you doing? Good, okay, so you're here for a little bit of an eyebrow touch-up. Okay. Did you want to make drastic differences or just clean them up? Slight differences? What are you looking to do? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll be able to do that with your brows here. You've got plenty of hair for us to work with. So we should be able to change the shape without needing to remove a ton of hair. I'll first go through with some makeup probably, and we'll like map it out, show you what it looks like, and then go from there so we don't change anything and then you end up not actually liking it. Just to double check, okay? Alright. And yes, I do have some pictures. We can look at those. Okay, so clean up between and then whatever underneath that we don't need. Okay. So clean up and shape change. What is it that you don't like about your brows right now? Okay. Okay, so I feel like there are two. Okay. So you want to try more angular then? Okay. Is there anything you do like about your brows? Yes, they do seem to be quite full. So you may not have to do too many fill-ins. Yeah, that's common. I've got this one it's got some spots that don't have too much hair, but that will be pretty much all we have to fill in then. And of course we could fill them in to show you what they look like all done up. For bolder looks, if you're gonna go for that at some point. So okay. Any other concerns or things you want to mention? Are there sensitivities? Do you have allergies to anything? Okay. Okay. Alright then. So yeah, we'll play with it and we'll get an idea of what we want to do. And then we can go ahead and clean you up, get you ready, and send you on your way. Alright? Okay. So great. Let me get out our packet here. This is just some of the stuff we offer. So let me find the brow page. I know it's quite rainy outside. I hope that kind of helps relax you a little bit. Yeah, add some ambient sounds for the experience. Alright, so you think that you want to go more angular. Okay. Yeah, so this is the chart here. This kind of shows all the different brow shapes that we typically see. Let me figure out here what yours are. Probably okay. So I would say that you're more of a rounded with low arch and probably more on the fuller side. So what we could do then is do a soft angle with low arch, probably at medium, because we would have to kind of reshape. So I don't like to touch too much of the top, but we could do a little bit of plucking there if you're comfortable with that, and then definitely to get the shape underneath here, we would just do the little bit of removal of the hairs underneath. Otherwise, if you wanted to go more angular, which I wouldn't suggest, sorry, the salon heat is kicking on, but I wouldn't suggest this, especially at first, because it's more drastic and more angular and you may not like it. But we could go from this, the rounded with low arch, to the S shape in thin, because you've got enough space to work with here where we can actually just take what we need to off of there and create that more angled look. Now, it would still be rounded, of course, but it would give you more of like obvious shape than just the soft angle with low arch. Because with your facial features, not that we could possibly do this, and maybe even this, but again, that's a lot of hair removal to go from this to this. But with your face shape, I think that like really drastic angles would be a bit too much. We don't want to take what softness you do have away by counteracting, but the softness with the very obvious angle. It would be very distracting, I would say, and not flattering. I hope I'm making sense and not being offensive. I'm not trying to be offensive, but you understand? Okay. Yes, so I think somewhere in the middle with the soft angled low arch, because we could go medium with less hair removal, and then it would be a little bit more of an angle, but not take away the softness of what you naturally have going on. Okay. Alright, so we'll try for that first, see how you like it, and then we can talk again once you get a look at it. So let's begin with a little bit of concealer here. Like I said, we're going to kind of make the illusion of the brow looking that way before we do anything. Okay, so I hope the shade is close enough to your skin tone. We're just gonna do just simple. If it's a little off, at least we get the idea here. I'm gonna do a little bit of it underneath, hide the hairs that we could be removing. Okay, and then same thing over here. And what did I say? From Yeah, it would just be a tiny bit off the top, like literally a row off the top side. We don't want to ruin that at all. Okay. So that should be good there for that. A little bit. Let me go around this way. Sorry about the weird angle, but I'm just gonna try to get it perfect there. Okay. Should be good to show. And then let me clean that up with this tiny brush. That. And then better shaping here. Okay. Alright. So I believe that's enough to kind of give you the illusion of what we're going to be going for. I do have this little pocket mirror here. If I can get it open. Okay, there you go. Go ahead and look. Yes, it'll look much better than the concealer that I just, or not concealer, the foundation. Yeah, the foundation that I applied, but okay. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I don't want to remove too much from the top because we don't want to thin that out too much if you want to go back to your natural brow shape, or if you want to try a different one that may be a little bit fuller, because sometimes we can damage the follicles and everything by overshooting it, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm gonna take this eyebrow balancing ruler and one of my little pencils here. It may not necessarily be the one we use to fill in your brows later on, but it'll just help to give me the right size here, size, shape, everything. Okay, so we got 4. Okay. Alright then. Yeah, so I'll clean up anything that's kind of lingering on the sides here. We don't want to make it too off balance there. Now, of course, everyone's brows are not the same on both sides, and that is natural. I won't make them like exactly. What were you at? You were at 4 there, so yeah, I won't make it like exact, but I'm not gonna make it like off. Okay, so what was I gonna get up? I need to find, there we go, just some tissues to wipe away the makeup now. And I will get to work on the hair removal. Now I may use a couple different methods. I do have some scissors to trim up your brows. That'll be after some of the removal. And then I do have the little razor here to shave some of it away. We'll do that for the lighter stuff. And then the plucking. Just got some different tweezers here. Okay, so just gently remove that. Take it off the top here. Oh yeah. I won't remove too much from the spot where it's kind of sparse at the end there. Yeah, I understand. No, because you want to keep what you do have. So, yep, I gotcha. go in. Let me actually comb you out with this little comb here. Let's see. Okay, are you comfortable, relaxed? Because I'm going to start doing the plucking now, which may get a little uncomfortable. Okay, alright, good. If you need a breather, let me know. Sometimes this can get a little too much for people, and I don't want to cause any pain, problems that we can prevent, you know. Okay. Let's do a little bit on this side now. I can see. Right. Just a couple more there. All right, and now let me see. Okay. Good. All right. Now just a little bit off the top here. I'm just gonna hold your forehead taut so that way I can be precise with this. Okay, how do you feel about that? Let me get the little mirror again so you can have a closer look. I know the mirrors on the walls are a little too far away. Alright, there's that. Yes. Okay. Alright, good. Okay. Let me do that with this side then. Again, let me make sure we got good angle there. All right. Just brush them out. Alrighty. I think that's all I'll have to pluck. I don't want to get too crazy there. Let me check the middle again, because you mentioned wanting some of that plucked. Now again, I won't touch the main shape, just any, and I know sometimes they can be light in the middle there, but I'll just get those very carefully. Okay. is going along smoothly. And now, do you want me to also use the razor down the center to maybe get anything I missed, or no? Because it may or may not encourage those hairs to grow in darker. That happens sometimes, but I can definitely, I'll just clean up what I did underneath there. Okay, and then if there's anything over here, I'll just get that. Okay. That's good. Good. It's kind of awkward to go at this. There we go. And then just whatever's out here. Okay, yeah, I will. Yep. Let me get the little brush, the big fan brush. The little brush. Just dust off anything else here. There we go. Got this one too. This is silicone, so it might help to shape just slightly better. You just see what I'm doing here. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to trim the longer stuff, not that you're like growing super long hairs from your eyebrows, but just to kind of even everything out. That'll also help with the like coloring of your brow. It'll keep it more consistent when they're all the same length, and then we will see what we have to fill in. So let me first just comb up with this comb. Go through the brow like that, and then up. I know it feels weird, doesn't it? Alright, so with that, I can see the shape of it. I'm just going to follow along the shape that you have going on there now. So I've got these little scissors. I'm just going to scoop, snip, scoop, snip, scoop, snip, snip. Alright, and now the same with this side. Up. Scoop it, snip it, scoop it, snip, scoop it, snip, scoop it, snip. Okay. Now let's comb it down, and I'll see if there's anything extra hanging out when we go this way, and then again I'll follow the shape. Alright, so we're gonna just scoop it up and snip it, scoop it and snip it. And then we're gonna do it over here too. This is kind of awkward. Scoop it, snip it, scoop it, snip it. Alright. Just get the excess off here. Good. They're looking really good. Gotta find the pencil I want to use. So you can fill in, you probably already know this, you can fill it in with pencils, or we've got, or that helps to kind of draw the shape again for you, or we've got some eyeshadows here that we could use to fill it in. For right now, I'm going to use the a brown pencil I have. I think this will be the closest to your brow. And it'll just be subtle little strokes, and then I can even kind of draw the tail in. And then with the different brushes and the spoolie and stuff, we can kind of feather it out. So let me just go through here and kind of re-add that back in to the tail. Okay. And then just a little bit over here. And then do you typically like the bolder brow, or do you like the more natural look to it? Okay, so you want me to do just a little bit through? Okay, there we go. A little bit through the center there. Okay. Let's brush that through and see how it looks. I'll do the spoolie first. And then, yeah, we've got the different little brushes that we could use here to just kind of feather out anything that may be harsh at the tail. Okay, so there's that. Or I'll do some filling in with the eyeshadows too to show you, but I think they look really good. Yep. Yeah, and without doing the super harsh angle, it does flatter your face more, I would say. But it does give you more shape by not being just so... I was gonna say more of a blob. That's not very nice though. But you know what I mean. Like it was more of like just a kind of a line, and now it's got a little bit more of a movement to it. That's what it is, movement. It's got some movement to it. So if you want to go bolder for maybe a bolder look, or something that may not be every day, let's see, I've got some browns in here. With how dark it is outside, it does not help in this lighting. But we've got this one. Oops, sorry, I'm not holding it very well. This one, this one's a little too red, but I think this one, or in our other palette, you could go light or dark with this, and I think either one would blend fine with your natural color and your hair, but this one is more of a little, like, I would say gold, on the gold side, and then this one's darker, more muted. So I'm thinking maybe a little bit warmer. Let's try that. So I'll just get a little bit of that one, and we're just gonna do, again, gentle strokes to fill it in. We don't want anything to be such an obvious line, and if that does happen, we just blur it out. Okay, let's do a little bit more. And let's see. I think this is really suiting you. It looks really good. So that did darken the brow a little bit because we already had the other stuff going on the pencil. And this can give you that more dramatic look. Just gonna feather it out a little bit here at the ends. And then let's do that spoolie one more time. This helps to break stuff up. Okay. Okay, that looks really nice. I'd have to say I'm pretty proud of this. Probably the most proud of this look, but Okay. Yes. Good, good, good. Okay, I'm glad you're happy with that. Now, like I said, you can always play with the shape again in the future if you wanted to have more of an S shape to it than just the soft angled arch that we did. Of course, you'd have to let everything grow back, and we'd see what we'd have to work with then. But for now, I do think this one is quite nice on you, and it's a nice little change. It's not super drastic, but it is enough to like be noticeable. I would say it would be noticeable to people who know you best. And I think it kind of breathes a new life into you. Gives you a little bit of a refresher. And I'm sorry it's super rainy today. But otherwise I'd say go flaunt it. You can still go flaunt your brows wherever you want. But yeah. So is there anything else I can do for you today? Do you want me to change anything? Okay. All right then. So we went with, let's see, I wrote the, so we went with the soft angled gold with low arch, medium style, and that was from this. So, right. Any questions or so about maintaining the brows or anything like that? Yeah, I would just make sure to clean underneath really good today when you go ahead and, you know, wash your face, just to make sure, because those pores that the hair follicles grow out of are kind of open because we just, you know, yanked the hairs out. So just make sure you wash it really good, and then I wouldn't cake too much makeup on it in the first couple of days, but otherwise you should be perfectly fine to do whatever you want after that. And yeah, you can go ahead and, like, if you see the hairs growing back in, if you want to take care of that yourself, you can. Just be very careful not to grab the rest of it, of course, you know, because we, again, don't want to pull too much of the hair out, and we all know, you know. But yeah, if you want to touch it up that way yourself, you can. Otherwise, you can come back in whenever you want and have it touched up here, or we can wait and you can hide it with concealer or your foundation or so. In the meantime, if you do want to wait for it to grow back, to maybe try something different. Okay. All right. Okay, so thank you very much for coming in then. It was a pleasure meeting you. Let me just finish this here. All right. And yeah, you can be on your way now. Go ahead and head to the front desk. They will take care of you, and I will get them the paperwork so they know what we did, so they will be able to charge you properly. Okay? All right then. I shall see you in the future.